Shutting off the lights for ambience. All right.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary. Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams, several rules, especially of free association, principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th, treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. Huh. 10,000 leagues. To what end did they make that manor in the first place? Why does he have drawings of human anatomy, specifically regarding the eye, plastered all over his wall? The eye and the intestines. Well, that's not exactly comforting. Hey, look at this guy. Detailing surgery specific to malformations and motor disorders. Okay.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
This collection of catalogs and classifies creatures that I had never heard of, divinities from the stars, capable of traveling from one dimension to another. Presents itself as the reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. That's definitely the Shambler. Oh, I'm glad we got more information on him. I can't assuredly say we won't be encountering him later. This is a woman's anatomy. That worries me. Why is he researching a woman's anatomy?
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Breviary. Huh. Seriously, all these anatomical diagrams. When you see someone studying anatomy who is not specifically a doctor, well, I mean, I don't want to interfere with the pursuit of knowledge, but I just escaped an asylum with some very disconcerting experiments in way. So, you know. Oh, that reminds me. Do I need to upgrade any skills? I only have 2. 4, 6, 4, 6, 2. Huh. Coming right along with that medical knowledge. Really haven't had much need for strength. They always said that the miraculous catch was some form of whale. But what if it was a cephalopod and they just didn't know how to identify it at the time?
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Okay.
Blood. Seems like amateur work. To whom does this footprint belong?
Oh, here's something.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Spilled something on these books.
What killed all these animals?
These are crustaceans? No, roaches. Roaches and rats.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
We're not done here. I can't enter this room. But he entered that room. Brilliant. You know, I better do a once over before we leave.
Things are not looking good.
What was I saying? Let's see here. The White King is surrounded by... Let's see. Darn it, I wish I could just zoom in on things. Maybe, that's a good way. A bishop, 2 pawns, a knight, and a pawn that is about to be queened. The 2 pawns are just blocking its escape route. The black knight has the power to kill it off. But if the queen... Is that the queen or is that the king? That's the queen, excuse me. The king is off to the side there, managing to dodge as best as he can. The queen moves forward to protect the king. The other queen can get to it quite easily. It's not right now in anyone's sights, but it wouldn't take much. The black queen only needs to move forward or far enough to the right, and it's already within sight. Then the king might move ahead, or would it move backwards? Well, if it moves backwards, then it can be put within the sights of... no, not the knight. Sorry, I'm just gonna take a minute here. Alright, it's all dependent on whose turn it is. Now I'm assuming, since black has managed to get the advantage, it's probably white's turn. In which case, best thing that they could do might be... White knight, the one that's in the second row from the bottom, should go to the right 2 and then up 1 to seize that pawn. The queen can either attack it or the rook. In which case, if it attacks the rook... Oh wait, we can't even get to it with the knight, can we? Never mind. Yeah, this ain't good. It would take a much better player than I am to figure out of this one. Seriously, why is he studying female anatomy? We've seen that same drawing. I mean, most of these are the same drawings, but it's very disconcerting when a guy's looking into female anatomy and they don't have a specific reason for it. Oh, here's something.
A kind of chalice.
This isn't the sort of thing you just leave lying around. Linguistics. That's used for breaking down solid objects. Oh, here's something.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Esotericism.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Europe and other continents controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover, that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
Another volume by Arkham editions.
Urban legends. Oh geez, there's a lot of them.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Oh, it's poems.
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Okay, well, getting back in here, I suppose.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
How's that same symbol? Guess we would need to look for that.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Yeah, for a book to be that vivid, I'm kind of curious about what it says.
A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Oh, you're touching it if you're putting it in your inventory.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. Following messages of capital importance. Clues to the combination are in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Okay, order and what is it? Study and life, or some such. Cylinders as well. Greek mythology. Where life and study combine in the Greek world. I know nothing of Greek mythology. I mean, I know a few things, but only the stuff you can pick up from RPGs. Huh, look at that. Life and study combine? What?
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Where's that phonograph? Given that I got an oil lamp, am I gonna have to dodge things in here again?
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
He's starting to sound a little bit too much like one of those preachers from the South.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seems particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Alright. Second one has something to do with this chessboard. Third one has to do with one of those Arkham volumes. I'm gonna find that first.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
No, not that
So
one.
these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Derby was only 18 years old. I'm gonna say that third one needs to be 18. I expected to have 30 different inputs. Okay, give me a sec.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Poems, Nightmare Lyrics, sensationally received, published in 1908. Only 18 years old. Too many numbers, I'm missing something.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seems particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
What did Drake say about this collection?
I don't know, 1908, 18 years old. Nightmare lyrics. Volume 9, maybe that's the point of it. We'll start there and come back. Okay, now for that chessboard.
The Queen has little protection. The Queen has little protection.
Yes, I see that. I mean, what? Let's scroll. Kind of unusually close. Reading too much into it. Yes, I can see she has little protection, but I don't really know how to derive numbers from that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5. G5. That rook on the left could seize that pawn, which then provides protection against the black queen. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 across. A, B, C, D, E, E4. Maybe that's where I should put the next move. Now for that goblet.
The chalice of knowledge.
Real precious stones, rubies and sapphires make a specific motif.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
He emphasizes the red and nothing else.
The chalice of knowledge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll say 5. Nope, no dice. Maybe I just need to count the number of white pieces on the board. In which case, the answer would be 4. But I already put in 4. Thinking for completely different reasons, of course. Already got 4. So the third one. What was the third one again? Second one is this, first one is that, third one is... what was it?
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me.
Yes, I get it.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
1908, 18 years old.
I never tire of browsing through them.
No dice. How sure am I of the answers I've made? I feel like the last one is what's bothering me the most.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
$19 divided by 18 is 1, remainder 1, 0, 8. 18 times 5 is 40, carry the 1. Collection of poems. Is there something I'm missing?
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
Nostradamus.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
Nope. We better go back and confirm. Okay. None of the black pieces are available, but all of the white pieces are. What if instead of the ones on the board, I'm supposed to be counting the ones off of it? In which case, that would be 3. This would be...
The Chalice of Knowledge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still 5. Nope. What about 7? I'm missing something.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Protect the queen. 3 pieces. If the first one is 5 and the second one is 3, that's one thing. But what is the third? Oh wait, I can just brute force this. It was 9. So the problem was the second one. That looks special. Okay. Human skin. What? Is that one? Here we go.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colgan, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
What?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?